Welcome back to Thea's Tips, Christmas Village Step 3. As you can see, I managed to get the backdrop, the half of the backdrop up in between the top shelf and the second shelf, and it's actually staying there. It was a little bit difficult. I had to try a number of ways to get it to stay up. As you can see, it's very heavy photo paper, and because it had been curled up, it had been rolled up for a number of years, it was hard to get flattened out enough to make it stay on the wall. However, with a little bit of ingenuity and some black thumbtacks, which I put on the edges to keep it from rolling, and then I did manage to get it up, and then I used this tape, which is called Wall Safe by Scotch 3M. It's a 3M product. You can't find this in Walmart or in any of the other business stores, but you can get it from Amazon online. And I ordered two packs, and then I taped the top of the backdrop to the wall, and it's staying. And I've checked it, made sure I could peel it off without damaging either the backdrop or the wall, and it works just fine. So let's hope that it stays there. And now I'm going to show you how I'm going to install the top part of the backdrop. I have sorted out something for the bottom as well, but I'm going to do that at a later date. Not quite successful yet, I'll work on that. But you can see how lovely that looks. It looks like a wonderful backdrop of a Swiss village, and I'm quite thrilled with it actually. I will continue to work on that, and when it's all finished, I'll give you a quick glimpse of it, and we'll go on to work with the styrofoam. So, as you can see, I managed to get the top part of the backdrop up and anchored, and it's staying nicely, and I really am pleased with how it looks. I've also added a darker panel on the bottom, and it's quite a bit different than the others. It's poster board that I picked up in a dollar store. The color is very similar, but it looks quite a bit different than the rest of it. So what I'm going to do tomorrow is get my craft paint out and my paintbrushes and do a little bit of snow scene on the bottom panel so that it looks part of the entire picture. Then, after I had it all up, I decided that the stars were not very visible on the top part. So earlier today I was in Walmart and happened to notice this neat little gadget here. And they're called self-adhesive gems. And you just pick them off and stick them on. And when the light catches them, they really look like stars that are twinkling. Excuse me while I sit. So this will give the impression that there's twinkling stars when the lights are all lit on the top part. Quite a nice little touch, I thought. So we've got that part finished. Now we're going to start working with the styrofoam shelves. And before I go for this session, I wanted to show you something about the shelves. This shelf is the top shelf, and I know that because I've given a spot at the bottom here to allow for the thermostat. That fits nicely on there. And on the other end, I have carved out a section that I will be putting the power bar into. And I'll show you how that's going to work. It won't probably sit flat just yet, but give it a little bit of time, it will start sitting flat. So there's a little section that's carved out on the other side. The other thing is that when you're working with styrofoam, be sure to have your vacuum cleaner. If you have a little hand vacuum cleaner, they're really handy, because styrofoam gets all over you, like you get covered with the little bits of styrofoam, and it takes a few weeks after working with styrofoam to clean it all up out of your house. You find it everywhere. It sticks to everything as well. So let me just show you the power cord the way I've got it sitting. So that power cord will supply the power for this entire shelf as well as this shelf on the end. And I will have one of those on each shelf to get to the bottom, and then I'll have a surge protector at the very bottom where those will go into, and then that surge protector will go to the electrical outlet. These are all things that you don't see when you see a village, but these are all things that you need to plan for and know how you're going to manage the electrical. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check in again for step 4. Bye now.